Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you how to find your competitive set on YouTube. Who do you aspire to be? What do you want to become? How do you get from 0 all the way to 1 million subscribers and get big views? This is the secret. And it's called modeling behavior. What is modeling? It's basically just who do you aspire to be? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be somebody with 1 million subscribers that's making thousands of dollars a day and getting millions of views on every single video they post? Or do you want to be somebody who has 50,000 subscribers and gets a couple thousand views a day? And today is essentially a workshop where I'm going to walk you through how to find your competitive set, how to understand the genre that you're in. What is a genre? Well, it's just a type of content, right? Are you a gaming YouTuber? Are you a music YouTuber? And then who are the biggest players in the space? Who's successful at something that you're not or that you're not already doing, right? So say I want to be a guru in the finance space. I want to be a finance YouTuber and I want to teach people how to save money. Well, that's the example that we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be studying the finance genre on YouTube and essentially workshopping who do we aspire to be versus who do we not aspire to be and why. We're going to be breaking this down. This builds on everything that we've learned before, so if you haven't gone back and watched at least my general overview video of how YouTube works, that's really important. The 4 rules, consistency, the 8-second rule. We've talked about some of these things before, as well as the sort by most popular trick. You've seen this stuff in previous videos I've done, so be sure to go back and review some of that content. But if you just want to dive in and you're like, Trevor, I don't need any of that stuff. I just want to learn about my genre or my format or how I can be better on YouTube, I still got you, so don't panic. I am going to open a screen share. And like I said, this is going to be a workshop. We're really going to go into this. So first off, you Google it. You literally Google it. Top finance YouTube channels. And you see what results you get. And you start to open these up. You literally start to click on these and you start to open them up. So I'm going to go Google, okay, Money Talks News. Let's go open a YouTube channel that says Money Talks News. We're going to talk about Plain Bagel later. That's the page you're looking at now. Okay, Money Talks News. Let's take a look. So Money Talks News. So this is not a channel we should aspire to be. And why is that? Because they only have 46,000 subscribers and they only get about 100 views a video. That's not who we want to be. So we're actually going to throw that away. And right away, by the way, because I did that research and I looked this up, I instantly know I probably shouldn't be looking at this website. So I tried ChatGPT next. If you have not used ChatGPT, it's way better than Google. It can get you way better results than Google. So I do highly recommend using a large language model or AI to sort of ask this question. But you can see, I actually asked ChatGPT, YouTube channels in the finance space. This is how I Googled it. And these are the channels that ChatGPT recommended. That doesn't mean ChatGPT is the Bible. It doesn't know everything. As you can see, I've spent a lot of time talking to it. I wrote a really great anime screenplay with ChatGPT, which I'm happy to share with anyone later if you're curious. But let's get back into the finance channels. The Ramsey Show. Okay, great. So this guy has 2.6 million subscribers. You know, his views are okay. Okay, 100,000 views, 200,000 views, 100,000 views. This would be amazing. You know, if I was a YouTuber getting these kind of views, I'd be thrilled. So he's a pretty good example. We're going to come back to him in a bit. The Financial Diet. Here's another great example. We're at 56,000 views, a little low. 56,000 views, 86,000 views. So they're kind of getting the views we want. They have 1 million subscribers. It's a great example of a channel that's doing well. And again, I'd love to have these view counts. So let's keep them on the back burner. CNBC Make It. Here's another great one. We'll come back to those later. Andre Geek. This guy's a big player in the finance space. We're not going to cover every single finance YouTuber in this video. There's probably 20 or 30 that are really tremendous because I have spent some time watching this content just because I'm passionate about finance content. I love it. He has a video on ChatGPT that I was just talking about. So there's a ton of good content out there for finance. Let's see. Who else? Wealth Hacker. So Wealth Hacker, he's got 380,000 subscribers. That's pretty darn good. That's a big subscriber count. But let's start to look at his views. he's getting 1,000. He's getting 10,000. He's getting 1,000. He's getting 2,000. He's getting... So while this guy is an up-and-coming YouTuber, and I actually like his thumbnails. I haven't watched this guy, but I really like his thumbnails. It's very dynamic imagery. There's a lot that he's doing right. He's not succeeding in the way that we want to be yet. So this guy might be somebody to watch. You know, maybe in 2 to 3 years, he has 1 million subscribers. He's getting a ton of views. But right now, he's kind of a smaller page. So I don't want to look at him for the purpose of this exercise, for the purpose of finding who we aspire to be. Investing with Tom, tiny subs, tiny views. Okay, moving on. Plain Bagel. I believe I've talked about the Plain Bagel before. I'm a huge fan of his channel, and he gets a ton of views. So fantastic. Plain Bagel's doing well. So we're gonna go look at Ramsey Show. So this is the next step. We've gone through the first step, which is we found YouTube channels like what we aspire to be. We have found pages that are getting a lot of views and have a lot of subscribers, which is great. And that's what we want. So these are people who we would want to aspire to be, correct? Because they're getting the kind of volume and content that we want. So we're going to study them, but here's the next level. This is the next level magic. I don't know who this Ramsey guy is. So Ramsey Show. I'm going to Google Ramsey Show. And we have, so what's his name? What's the Ramsey guy's name? I know this is probably frustrating for you if you're a fan, because I have no idea who this is. Okay, Dave Ramsey. All right, I'm going to Google Dave Ramsey, and we're going to see who he is. So this is where the magic happens. He's a finance YouTuber. He hosts a nationally syndicated radio program. So what does that mean? It means this guy is not who we aspire to be. And this is a trap that a lot of people fall into. They find channels that are getting millions of views and have millions of subscribers, but those people have a TV show, they have a TV channel, they're a famous actor who appears in movies regularly, they have a nationally syndicated radio show. You are not those people. We are independents. We are ordinary human beings that don't have a TV show, that haven't been in movies, that, you know, don't have millions of dollars. Maybe you do. If you do, fantastic. Go spend it. I can show you how. but you and I, most people, do not have millions of dollars to spend to buy views. So this is actually a bad example. Even though he's getting the kind of traffic we want, and he has the subscribers that we want, he's getting help from his nationally syndicated radio show. So because he's getting outside help that we don't have, he is not a good example to follow. We want to find people who are like us, that started from 0 and got to 1 million, or what have you, that didn't get any kind of outside marketing help. Financial Diet might be a good one to keep in mind. It is a brand, so if you're an independent brand, like you're a company and you're trying to start your own YouTube channel, Financial Diet's actually a great example for you to go and follow. Because I know, I've done the research, you're going to have to trust me on this, I did all the Googling, etc. I analyzed Financial Diet. I was like, did they spend money? What's the chance that they spent money to get their traffic? And it's very low. As far as I can tell, and after I did the research, the probability that they spent money to buy views is very low. So we're looking at a true organic YouTube channel that is getting good viewership and has the subscribers that we want to be at. CNBC Make It, I actually know for a fact, just from attending conferences and what have you, CNBC spends money to buy views. They absolutely do. It's how they got their traffic. So you do want to be careful. The bigger the brand that you look at, so CNBC, CNN, big brands like CNBC have big budgets, and big budgets means I can spend a lot of money to buy views. So you want to look at CNBC Make It and Dave Ramsey and other people like that with a hefty grain of salt. You can still analyze them, but what you want to do, rather than look at their latest content, you want to look at their most popular content. And rather than look at the video that got the most views, you want to look for a trend. So what is the trend I notice on CNBC Make It in their most popular videos, right? I see this little arrow. I see, a lot of money a year, $1 million a year, $172,000 a year. Do I see that elsewhere? $210,000 a year. And then I'm reading the titles: living on 1.6 million, living on 210,000, living on 1.6 million. This is clearly a format that has worked for them again and again and again, because we know CNBC does not have the budget, no brand does, to spend this much money buying this many views on every single video. So we know brands have money to buy views, but they don't have enough money to buy views on every single video they make. So if you can find a trend, if you can find a video trend that they've done 20 to 30 times or 10 times, there's no way that any brand could have spent money on every single one of those videos. Look for trends in most popular, see what you can find on the most popular page, and you'll notice a bunch. If you're curious to learn more about this tactic, I call it the ultimate YouTube trick, you can actually go to a video that I've already made talking in depth about the sort by most popular tricks. We're going to skip CNBC Money. We're going to skip Financial Diet. We're going to go right over to Andre Jick. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. I am a fan. I'm not an avid fan, so I'm sorry, Andre, if I'm mispronouncing your name. And then The Plain Bagel. These are people like us, like you and me, right? We're an independent. We are not a brand. We started from zero, and we got to over 1 million. We have a ton of views. So these two channels are people that we aspire to be, which means we need to watch everything they do really closely, and we will learn a lot. We know that they get really good organic traffic. So here's the magic. You can do a sort by most popular, but because this guy is already getting the view counts that we want, you can just watch his videos and start to pick them apart. Andre has a really engaging editing style. He has really nice, expensive gear because he's a famous YouTuber, and he has high resolution content. His intros are hyper engaging. His thumbnails are hyper engaging. He didn't start that way. This guy started only 4 years ago, and you can see he wasn't getting that many views when he started. And then he kind of just kept going. I think the likelihood that he bought views is very, very low. He wasn't getting a ton of views on all of his videos. And you can see his intros, his gear was not that great when he started. The resolution on some of these, when you look at his oldest videos, was lower. He got better over time. And I think this is really important to point out, because the best players in the space all had to start somewhere. I have to start somewhere. I'm not expecting to get thousands of views on my videos right now. I just started. It would be crazy to assume that I could get 1 million views on this video. My point is not to be like, wow, look how amazing I am. It's to show you that everybody has to start somewhere. Everyone has to start small. Even people with 3 million subscribers or 10 million subscribers. And this is a process that takes years. It takes time to build an audience. It takes time to get the viewership that you want. And you're going to get better over time. Your content's going to slowly improve. You're going to find cool little hacks. If you want to start really, really strong, you can go and you can look at the guys who are in the space who are doing it already. And maybe you don't have the best gear in the world. Maybe you don't have like $5,000 worth of camera and audio equipment. I don't. I'm using like a $40 cardioid microphone. I don't know if you can see that. That was like $40. And I have like a $100 HDMI camera that I don't even need. I could have just used my phone. You can learn faster than these people did. Andre had to start from zero and get to 1 million. He's at 1 million now. But we can copy some of the stuff that's in his most popular list, and we can learn from this content and kind of copy it, right? You can use your face. You can have these dynamic setups and kind of weird expressions, and maybe your mouth is open a little bit, right? The italicized text tactic is really popular on YouTube these days. Being aware of some of the trends in your space is really important. So we see that people often use text, a lot of text on these thumbnails. 31.4 trillion, investment analyst, a day in the life, and Andre Jick does the same thing. So let's go look at Plain Bagel's most popular videos. while you're doing your research, say, we're looking at finance channels today. We may look at other channels in the future. You want to start to look for trends. And I think it's really interesting that Plain Bagel does this 5-minute history lesson format. You see it again and again and again. So there might be something there. Let's look at Andre Jick. It's a lot of how-to content, which is very interesting. So we're seeing saving money. Save this much by the way, there isn't always a trend. You could spend hours looking at channels like I do, and you may not always notice a trend. So Andre Jick may not have a trend, but I think I have spotted one. Oh, here's something interesting. China's economy is about to collapse. How India will take over the world. So talking about countries and how they're economically performing, there may be something there. He talks a lot about Bitcoin. So there's Shiba Inu, a Shiba millionaire, which is a type of cryptocurrency. I don't really see Bitcoin very much in the top list. Why I quit dividend investing. So there may not be a trend here, and that's fine. But at least we have somebody that we can kind of look at and study to see if we like what he's doing and how these channels work. I hope this was interesting. That's really it. This is how we learn about genres on YouTube. We click around, we Google, we make sure that there isn't outside influence. So it can't be a TV channel. They can't have millions of dollars to spend. So if you aspire to be a comedian, Kevin Hart is the wrong person to model because he already has millions of dollars. He has a TV show. You want to find up-and-coming YouTubers like you and I who don't have millions of dollars, who don't already have a TV show, who aren't making movies. You want to find those people and model after them. So I hope this has been interesting. If you thought this was interesting, I'd love to do more videos like this, so I may study the gaming space and see what we can unearth together. If you have a genre that you want me to deep dive, let me know in the comments. If you have questions, you can always reach out to me on my LinkedIn or on my Instagram. There will be links somewhere around here. I hope this was interesting. It was great talking to you today. Have a wonderful day.